Today we will talk about gas exchange. There are two main types of gas exchange that take place in the body. The first one is alveolar exchange, and the second is systemic change. Alveolar gas exchange takes place between the alveoli in the lungs and the blood capillaries that bring deoxygenated blood from the heart to the lungs. Upon inspiration of the lungs, air is delivered to the alveoli. This inspired air is high in oxygen and low in carbon dioxide. The capillaries where the exchange will take place are low in oxygen and high in carbon dioxide. Since the partial pressure of the oxygen being higher in the alveoli than the capillaries, the oxygen will diffuse across the respiratory membrane from the alveoli to the capillaries. Since the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is higher in the capillaries, it will diffuse into the alveoli. Alternatively, since the partial pressure of oxygen is higher in the alveoli than the capillaries, the oxygen will diffuse into the capillaries. Systemic gas exchange takes place throughout the rest of the body tissues and vessels. The blood flowing through the arteries and arterioles has high amounts of oxygen and low amounts of carbon dioxide. On the other hand, the systemic cells have high amounts of carbon dioxide and low amounts of oxygen due to the process of metabolism. Since the partial pressure of oxygen is higher in arterial end of systemic capillaries than it is in systemic cells, oxygen diffuses out of the blood in systemic capillaries and enters systemic cells and tissues. Since the partial pressure of carbon dioxide is higher in systemic cells and tissues than it is in the arterial ends of the systemic capillaries, carbon dioxide diffuses from the cells and tissues into the blood into the capillaries.